What should you eat for breakfast? This is a common question, and let's break this down a little bit more masterfully, because a lot of times people will just say what they think you should eat for breakfast or what you shouldn't eat for breakfast, which is not very helpful, because you're not truly understanding why. And more importantly, here's the thing. Why are we asking this question? We're asking this question because we want to lose fat, right? Like, that's, at the end of the day, I'm asking this question in relation to, I think this will help me or not help me lose fat. Okay? Very important to understand that piece. Now, because then what I can tell you is, because here's the real question. The real question is there something that I could eat that will help me lose fat? So now the answer to this is, it actually doesn't matter what you eat for breakfast. It doesn't matter whether you eat or you don't eat for breakfast. Because fat loss is going to happen if you are in a calorie deficit. That is it. So once you understand that, okay, then now you open yourself up for so much more freedom and flexibility versus the people who think they have to eat some perfect breakfast, okay? You don't. I usually never eat breakfast. Actually, my breakfast is a donut and coffee, which donut's gone, but here's the coffee. And, that's very surprising to a lot of people, and they're like, how can you eat donuts every day and be lean? Well, again, going back to what actually causes fat loss: being in a calorie deficit. How do you stay lean? Not over consuming calories. Okay, so now that you once you understand that piece, right? And I've done plenty of videos on the whole idea of what is fat? Fat is just calories that you have eaten more of, in excess of what you needed for a long enough time period, that they get stored on your body as reserves. That's all fat is, okay? And so you can see my other videos on that, and how the fat molecule, the human fat molecule, is made up of atoms, and we know what that atoms or what that configuration is, and we know how it leaves the body. It leaves through breathing out carbon dioxide primarily. And so this is not a mystery, okay? Once you have this piece, now you can do whatever you want. Maybe you don't want to eat breakfast because it's inconvenient and it makes you, have to rush. Maybe you always wanted to eat French toast in the morning. Well, now you can eat French toast in the morning. The only rule or restriction I would put is make it simple and easy to track. That's it. Other than that, eat whatever you want. And then, taking this a step further, okay, guess what? All meals are the same as far as what should I eat for dinner? Same thought process, same logic. You can take this framework and apply it to every meal, okay? Which is why I have the 4 lenses of fat loss, right? The 4 lenses of fat loss. If you are hitting 3 out of the 4 lenses pretty much every time you're eating, you're gonna lose fat. And remember, the 4 lenses are high in enjoyment, low in calorie density, convenient, meaning it's fast and easy to make, prep, clean, whatever. And number 4, it's easy to track. Okay, so if you're eating some super complicated stuff and you don't know how to track it, I wouldn't do that. You're gonna make it very difficult for yourself. So the 4 lenses can be used to look at all your food, okay? When somebody is starting out, that my main thing that I want to focus with them is, look, we're not going to have targets at the beginning. I'm not going to tell you how many calories and whatever to eat. I want to spend a few days minimum, just eat whatever, as long as you can track it easily, just so we can get an idea, so you can start getting some practice on tracking and seeing, like, okay, how am I going to weigh this? And you're gonna find out, oh, this was very complicated, or you're gonna find out, oh, this was super easy. And so that's super important in understanding this and making fat loss effortless. And the beautiful part is this is what happens when you have mastery, okay? You're never gonna gain fat ever again. You can't go back, because you know how the thing works.